Good morning, everyone. Today we'll look at Mark's Gospel, chapter 12, verses 18 to 27. As you can see, we're working through Mark's Gospel and up to chapter 12 at this stage. Remind you that the Gospels are decided in terms of what liturgical year we're in. And so we work through different Gospels in different liturgical years. And we're in the year of Mark for the weekdays. During the Sundays, we're still in year 1, which is year A, which is Matthew's Gospel. So what we're looking at here is the Sadducees challenging Jesus. The Sadducees are those guys who rejected the resurrection. They didn't believe there was such a thing. And so they brought to Jesus this scenario, and they said, what happens if there's a woman who gets married and her husband dies and she marries again? And then he dies and she marries again. So she keeps on going until she's had 7 husbands. And they said to him, then what happens when she gets to heaven? Who's her husband when she gets there? Some of you might be saying, did she never learn her lesson? 7 husbands, mind you. At least the story is being told in that regard, not a man with 7 wives. Some people might say, well, that changes a little bit. But the question is, where does marriage fit in terms of heaven? And Jesus says to us that men and women don't wed in heaven. And some of you might be saying, oh, that's no good. Here I have had my life partner, the person I've loved all my adult life that I've known them, and that we won't be married in heaven. Just remember that the purpose of marriage, one of the main purposes of marriage, is procreation, and there's no need for that in heaven. We have our own personal relationship with God through Jesus Christ. It doesn't mean to say that we won't have relationships with each other. We won't have that love or that affection, whatever it is, will go away. That's not what it is. Because certainly what happens in our relationship with our relatives, our kids, our brothers and sisters, our parents, well, that relationship will still have recognition. But it will certainly be second to our relationship that we have with God. So it'll change. We're not quite sure how it'll change. But it won't be the same as we have on earth. But it does say to us that humans will not be like the angels. The angels are spiritual beings. We're not spiritual beings. And our bodies will be reunited with our spirits at the end of time. That is what the Bible says to us. But the angels are not. So if we have this idea that we are going to become angels when we get to heaven, angels are different. So we're not sure about how our existence will be. It will be on a spiritual level. And we look forward to it. But only when our time comes. You keep yourselves well. We'll see you again. God bless. Bye-bye.